Alright, so I'm going to do the reverse drum now. This is actually the harder one to do. I have lubricated the bore and the outside edge where this piston here is going to run. I've already replaced the lip seals on it. You'll set it inside just like this. If you have a tool like this right here, called the Lip Wizard, get it offline for like $3 or $4. If you can't get one of these, you can use feeler gauges. But you'll want to run your lip seal installer around the inner part first. Then you want to run it on the outside edge. While pressing down. It's a lot harder to do without this tool. It takes a long time to do it with the feeler gauge. I can tell you that much for sure. I built 3 of these transmissions without this tool using feeler gauges. And this by far was the most aggravating part. Okay, off to the next part. Grab your cone-shaped plate. It needs to face downward. I've heard that it really doesn't matter which way you have this facing. Actually, no, I am forgetting one step. I need to install the spring cage. Grab the snap ring pliers, go to my bench here. I've got a special tool over here that compresses this. I got it off of Amazon. Because that ought to do it right there. I'll actually get a shot of the tool I'm talking about. There we are, right there. And the camera might die now. It says full. But we'll see how long that lasts. Just want to compress the spring down far enough to where you can get the snap ring on. There we are. Now the L-shaped head is fine for this part. I don't think that's in all the way. There we go. Now release pressure. what it should look like. Now I know that this reverse drum is good because it is brand new and I've already checked it. How you check it is with a straight edge, run it straight across the drum itself, and shine a light through the back side. If you cannot see light, you're good. If you see light, you need to replace it. You need to do that in about 4 different spots on this. I've got my clutches already soaking. I'm not going to take them out until I'm ready to actually install. Actually, I'm going to grab my snap ring pliers, going back here. Okay. So conical plate goes down next. And you got 4 plates. So steel down. Clutch, steel, clutch, all the way up. You should have a clutch on top when you finish this. And the top plate, you want the bevel part here to face up. Now there's nothing special on the inside of this for the snap rings to line up with. I would love to get the other input drums built, but I cannot do that as I do not have load springs. So I cannot finish that part of this build. I wish I could. But this is what it should look like when you're done. Put that off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, the sprag-on here has been filled up with assembly lube. If you're holding it like I am, the inside should spin clockwise, the outer ring should spin counterclockwise. Should not spin the other direction. If you have it spinning the other direction, you need to swap the sprag around. Unfortunately, I cannot install that piece yet, as it is the finishing piece for the input drum. I do have my roller on here along with the shim. I'm going to go ahead and deal with this. Like I said earlier, there is a O-ring at the bottom of this bore here. It's a green O-ring. You'll want to lube the entire thing on the inside and the outside ring in the very bottom here. There we go. Another thing that I cannot do is install the servo, as I do not have the Corvette servo that is going to go into this transmission. I actually need to check what time it is. And I need to put this back up here so that it charges. Come on. There we go. Now we're going to do next is actually install our oh, it looks like they gave me an extra one. That's cool. It looks like I have an extra molded piston. Yay! I didn't order an extra, but they gave me one. Not going to complain about that. You should have 3 of them. This right here, I believe, goes on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one up too, on the inside. I'm going to grab my lip seal installer again, because you do not want to rip these. This one right here is your first one to actually go in. Put lube on the seal, both of them, inside and outside. And I didn't check to see what time it was. Okay, 9:40. I have a little bit more time to get this video done. I don't think I'll actually get this one done though. I don't believe that one fits on that one. So it's going to be this smaller one. There we go. You actually don't need the install tool for that. It just falls right into place. Just whatever you do, don't force it. It should fall into place relatively easily. Now these two pieces here that go together, you do want to use light pressure so you don't rip the seal on this one. There it goes. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and run the lip seal around it. There we go. Just like that. Again, you can do this with just some feeler gauges. Now, make sure I have that all nice and lubed up. And this should slide right on. Again, you do not want to force this. Just like so. Now these tabs here should line up with the indentions here and here. There should be 5 of them. Those indentions are actually where your, there it goes. Those indentions are actually where the load springs are going to sit later on, whenever I actually get them. And I do indeed have an extra molded piston. Install tool can be put up now. Oh, excuse me. Now I need to grab these plates. And my clutches. Throw those into some transmission fluid, let them soak. I'm going to go ahead and toss these in as well. Alright, that's garbage. What time is it? 9:43. There we are. Then we're just going to alternate. And I do not believe that is correct. I actually may need to refer to my manual on this one. I think that the clutches should be on top, but it doesn't look like it. It's not like I can actually get all this snapped down right now. Anywho. Actually, I know that this is right. What goes in next is this. So just do not press down on it, just rotate it until it falls down. And actually, there's one thing I did forget to do, and that's put the seal on this end, and also a roller bearing needs to go on that snout as well. There it is. There's the roller. Now I just need to grab my kit and find the seal that goes on it, which is going to be right here. Along with our filters. Even has an extra snap ring in case you lose yours. Come on, in you go. There we go. Beautiful. Now this flat part here should face up, and if you'll notice that there's some edges here that face down, that does go down. You cannot put this on backwards. If you try to, it's not going to fit, and it won't stay on here like this. It'll just slide right off. Gosh darn it, fell off. There we go. Now it fell. Should be able to spin it either direction. That's my 3/4 right there. Okay, so that does not go there. That's one. Okay, this one here. Steel. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Should be like 4? 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna make 5 of them. I believe that these go on top. I want these. If not, I will change it. I'm pretty sure that's where it sits. I think I have too many in here. Otherwise, I wouldn't. Otherwise, I'd be able to get this to go down, but it's really springy. Let me double check what I got going on. Actually, I need to head out, so whenever I come back, I'll finish this video. See y'all on the next one. Are you in? Excuse me. Even though I don't have the load springs, here I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing up. I've went ahead and installed my spring cage. Grab your lower reverse. Steel, clutch, or friction. Then the front sprag assembly. Actually, thrust washer. And then the sprag assembly. Come on. Just rotate it until it lines up with the clutches, just like that. Next we're going to grab a thick plate here. Wavy plate. And a regular flat steel. Clutch. Steel. Clutch. Steel. And the last one should be friction. And your top plate. I get my screwdriver stuck. There we go. Now for the Z-pack, the 3/4 Z-pack. Basically the only thing that you really need to know about this set is that this set right here, this clutch, has to go on top. Otherwise you'll void the warranty. Whenever I get my load springs, I will be taking the snap ring off, and I'll be removing this top plate right here, and then I'll be able to slide the springs in, the load springs. Unfortunately, I won't be able to put the transmission any further. I won't be able to put the transmission together any further than this. One other thing to note about these Z-Pack is you got two different ones. You got an inner, and then you got an outer, which would be something like this one. Teeth on the outside, teeth on the inside, inner, outer. One other thing to note about this ring here, it does say top. So this is where you normally put the load springs in, here, 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 and here. I had to use the original standoff plate that came in this transmission instead of using the one that came with the Z-Pack kit. I had to do that because of clearances. If I put the other one in, I'd have not enough play down here. And that's basically how you assemble the entire drum, minus your load springs. Then you would throw your shim on. This one right here is a 68. That does not refer to the thickness itself, but refers to a chart that has thicknesses on there. One thing you can do is you can pull these nylon rings out a little bit by pinching both sides and then pulling forward, and you can stretch it out a little bit further that way and make sure that they seal. And that goes in the trash. Now really the only thing left to do is to put everything together as far as these go. I still need to actually take the front seal off so I can put a new one on. And I also need to replace the O-ring that's on this pump. I'm actually going to see what the filter looks like. The best way to get these out is actually with a pair of needle nose, but I don't feel like going out to my truck to grab the needle nose. So I'm going to use my snap ring pliers. Instead of pinching towards it, I'm going to actually go to the outside and pull it out that way. Just like that. And this is a new filter, so I'm going to go ahead and reinstall it. But this transmission was originally rebuilt once already. I did not do the rebuild. I am going to replace this seal here since it got painted, and I do not trust that it's going to make a good seal. This is a standard band. It is not a wide band. I'm going to go ahead and pre-soak it in transmission fluid. You really want to do this because the band here will soak up this transmission fluid like nobody's business. This thing will drink a lot of fluid. I have no idea if this is a Kevlar one or not. I did not ask. My new pump seal. Throw it over this way. And actually this seal looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Never mind. I'm not going to keep it. I see some debris inside of it, so out it goes. Now I know there's some people that rebuild these transmissions, they like to glue this in. What I mean by that is they like to use RTV on the inside of it. Nothing like chasing around in circles. There we go. Fully seated. And I'm going to grab a little bit of lube. Lube on the finger. I want to wrap it all the way around. Try to get as much as I can on the seal and on the snout here. And I'm also going to get some on the inside. Now my retainer can go back on. Before I took this off, I marked a black mark here, so I knew which way to line it up, put it on a lot easier. And now I just got to find my mark. There it is. In theory, it should just pop right on. There we go. The best way to get these bushings out is with an actual puller, with a sliding hammer. How I had to do my other ones before I got a sliding hammer is I literally cut this out. But I had to be extra careful not to nick the inside whatsoever. You nick the inside, it's all over. You got to get a whole new one.